Whitney starts off this hour from Youngstown, Ohio. Hi, Whitney. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Okay, I have a question. My husband and I have been through your program from the very bottom. We've moved in with my parents. We've paid off a debt. We've saved up our emergency fund, saved up our 20% down, bought our house.
Good.
So we are at that point. Yes, we worked it from the very bottom. It's incredible. But now we are in a position where we are extremely comfortable. My husband's a cop. I work part-time, and we are extremely comfortable. But we have these friends, and they are extremely wealthy, and they love us. They take us to concerts. They take us out to dinner. They invite us to these extravagant things that my husband and I would never, ever get to experience because of everything, because of how much money it would cost. But they do it often, and my husband and I feel like we're almost like, we feel like we're, I don't want to say freeloading, but it's just like we don't have anything to give back. Like the places they take us for dinner and the seats that they take us to concerts, and like we could never even afford to pay for them, or we could never even like say, hey, can we pay for the tickets and you guys pay for dinner? Like, and we don't know what to do. Like if you like had a couple like that, a younger couple, would you expect something back? Or and
how old are these people?
They are in their like very early 50s. Like they're just the one man.
Is there anything weird about the deal other than it makes you very uncomfortable?
No, they are wonderful. They've mentored my husband. They actually, when we were in the middle of our debt, or like in the middle of our debt snowball and everything, we moved in with my parents. They gave us a house on one of their properties to live in rent free to help us get through it. I mean, they helped us get through your program, not by giving us any money, but they just did things that made it a lot easier for us. And like just opportunities that most people don't get.
So, how often do you eat out with them?
Oh my gosh, my husband probably goes out. They call it Taco Tuesday. He goes out probably once a week with the guy, and then like the other night they took us to a concert, took us to like Morton Steakhouse, and I mean we could never go to Morton Steakhouse and even afford to pay for 4 people. And I just feel like, and my husband and I I'm like, should I move money out of the savings and try to like pay, offer to pay, or
no.
I mean, is this just something they love doing?
No. It is something they love doing. The only downside of it is that it's reached the point that you're uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That's the only problem with it. And I don't want you to, I mean, if they wanted to do something nice for you occasionally, that's fine. The pattern is what's starting to be a little weird. I mean, they've obviously done very well, and they're wanting to pour into your all's lives to A, let you experience some things, and B, to do some mentoring with your husband. So that all sounds very healthy and very fine. And you know, Sharon and I are in that situation, Whitney. I mean, there's times that we have built. Lord has blessed us with tremendous wealth, and so it's not unusual for one of our friends to not be able to do some of the things, and we just go, hey, you know, jump in and go with us, you know, and because we just like hanging out with them, and we don't mind paying for it. It's not that big a deal, but we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. And usually, what we've found is if there's too much of a pattern where we're picking up stuff, then eventually somebody becomes uncomfortable. And so, you know, occasionally we just have to stop and play cards.
Right. Okay.
You know, or stop and, you know, do something a little bit less expensive. And, you know, let's do the cheaper version of this. I know you guys normally do this. You've got a lot of wealth, but, you know, you're pushing our uncomfortable button. But occasionally, you know, if you want to go to a concert or something once a year, or they were taking you on a trip or something once a year, that's not too bad. But you just you're receiving then. And again, they like hanging out with you. But this sounds like you're kind of also feeling relationally smothered a little bit.
I don't know about that.
Well, the way you just kept saying, like, it's all the time.
But they, like, just keep offering it, and I feel like we should, like, it's not all the time, or I guess it is all the time, but it's not, like, smothering. It's just, like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with them, like, always paying. Like, I wish I could pay my own way, or I wish I could buy dinner for them one night.
You can't play at their level. You're not at their level. And you're not You're not in your 50s either.
Right.
By the time you're there, you might be, because you're working our stuff. You probably will be able to.
And that's our plan. Yeah.
You know what you want to do is be a gracious receiver, because it's their ministry to let you all do some things and to spend some time with you, and you enjoy their company, obviously.
Heck yeah,
So
yes.
yeah, that's fine. But when it reaches the point that it's often enough that it crosses your all's comfort button, you just need to have a talk with them and go, guys, I've got to slow this down a little bit. It's freaking me out a little bit because I feel inadequate, and I want to be able to receive, but I don't want to be receiving so much that it makes me feel weird, and I'm starting to feel weird. So we need to back this off just a little bit.
Okay,
And I'm
awesome.
guessing they'll understand that.
Okay, cool.
And if they won't understand that, there is weirdness that you're not seeing.
Right. Okay. The thing that kicked this whole thing off was they invited us to go out to Vegas this fall, and now the way we're going to Vegas is a way that we would never ever in a million years get to experience, and I just feel like now when we go out there, like, how are we gonna like?
The same thing happened to us when we were broke and starting to rebuild after we'd lost everything. I was 29 years old, and I had a friend of mine that was in our church that was about 15 years older than us and owned a big company, and he took us on a trip and paid everything to Vail, Colorado. And I think I've probably taken a whole lot of other people there since then, or out on a ski trip since then, and paid for it, kind of to pay him back, because it really did. But we didn't do it all the time. I mean, it happened like once,
Right.
And so it was a wonderful blessing, though. So again, you just got to think about the frequency is more concern to me than the item. A trip's not the end of the world, but if it's going on all the time and you're starting to feel uncomfortable with that part of the pattern, then I would back it off a little bit. Yeah. Thanks for the call. It's a neat situation to be in. Appreciate you joining us. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Speaking of millionaires and wealthy people, you're able to do anything you want to do. We've been doing a millionaire theme hour here on the air, where we have millionaires call in, and a millionaire is someone whose assets minus their liabilities equals $1 million. What you own minus what you owe equals at least $1 million. It's not your income. If you are a millionaire, we're getting ready to load up another one of these millionaire theme hours. I want you to email me at daveonair@daveramsey.com. Put your phone number in the email so Kelly can get in touch with you. Dave on Air, one word, no spaces, no dashes, daveonair@daveramsey.com. And put your phone number in there and tell a little bit of your story, your net worth, and Kelly will get in touch with you. We'll make you part of this upcoming millionaire theme hour.